Hey, what's going on, guys? It's APR2K Productions here, and I'm super excited to show you guys the official APRedstone House. This project has been in the works for such a long time, since even back in 2019. It has over 50 redstone creations inside, spanned across 4 main levels and 3 sub-levels. This place is humongous with its 3 main buildings that all connect underground through a gigantic tunnel system. It is of course full of piston elevators, secret rooms, automatic farms, and everything you could possibly imagine. I put as much effort as I possibly could into this build, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And to make it even better, there is going to be a world download in the description, so you guys can go ahead and try it out for yourself. And a shameless plug, because this was not easy to make. Go subscribe to me on Planet Minecraft. You will find the download there, as well as check out my Discord and my Instagram. Links are in the description. So as I come down from the sky, you will see here that there is the entry request system and the entranceway. So there's that bridge. Now I'm going to need a redstone torch and a redstone ID to get into this house, so I'm going to grab these right there and they'll be left for you. Now I'm going to go ahead and press request entry. Now what that will do is send a notification throughout the entire house. You heard it there. And they can either hit send message, which means that you have to put something in the mailbox with your message, for example who you are, or you could have a password or something. Or they can hit accept or deny. And that's what those 3 buttons do. Now if they hit accept, the bridge will start extending automatically and the player will be let in. Now because I own the place, I'm just going to throw my redstone ID in there. I'll get it back, accept will flash twice, and the bridge will extend. Now the bridge will stay extended for about 15 seconds and then will retract automatically back into its place. And that button is in case you're on the inside and want to leave, and just be able to extend the bridge like that across the ravine. So I'm going to go over here, and there's this cool looking floating button, but it's disabled because I have the front door locked. Now to unlock it and get in, I throw my redstone ID into that column, and the front door will open up. I can then walk into the house and into the control room, where I'll get my redstone ID back. Now you'll also see that there's a few different controls on there, and there's also this about button, which will give you the info of what version of the house you're on, and this is basically because I'm going to update it to work with Minecraft's updates. Now, if those lights are on, the door is closed, and if the lights are off, the door is open. And you can also shut the door to the actual control room itself. And to unlock it, just place a torch and break it right there, and you will be let right into the control room. Now that lever right there is for the floating button, so now that it's enabled, I can just use the floating button like normal, and my entryway will no longer be locked. So I'm going to go turn that off, and turn on some lights for the first floor by using that note block. Now I'm going to go over here because there's a little secret bunker underneath, so I can go ahead and press that. And I'll be let into this little secret bunker underneath the first floor. There's not really that much down here, it's more of just kind of a fun little thing to mess around with. But it has a bunch of storage and stuff like that, so it's kind of cool. And then I'm going to go ahead and get out of here just by pressing that and going out and putting a torch back. Close it up, and you're good to go. Over here, there's a nether portal into the wall, so just press that button, and the nether portal comes out. Press it again, goes away. Over at the end of the hall, there's another light switch, and there is a button to open the back door. Now, I do have all these labeled in the final version, I just didn't do it for this version because I already know what everything does. This button right here is going to open the stairs up. Now, we're going to get to what that goes to in just a minute, but it goes to something pretty cool. And going past our first redstone elevator of 6, you can see the call button and you can see the bridge lock. Now if you turn the bridge lock off, anybody who presses the request entry will just be let in immediately without having to verify through the system downstairs. And there's also a bridge reset button in case the bridge gets stuck out. Now I've never had it happen, but it's there if you need it. And we're going to go ahead and call the elevator. Now you'll see the floor indicator will switch from 2 and it will switch over to 1. And then we can just hop in the redstone elevator and go up to the 2nd floor. It is only an 8-block distance, but it's still kind of cool to have a nice little redstone elevator to take you up to the 2nd floor. You can see out over there, and we'll go ahead and get out. Your call button's right there, and if you get up here and need to access the lights, it is over here. There's also one at the bottom of the stairs, so you can just activate that and then take it up. Now if you place a torch there, you'll get into this little secret closet, which you can close by pressing on that note block down below. Also have 2 chests, and above there is this other note block which will activate the beacons outside. And these can be seen mostly at nighttime, but they just look awesome and they line up with the tower, so If it looks a little weird not being centered, that is why. It's because they're made to line up with the tower and not the actual house. And you just place the torch there, close it up, and you're good to go. So now we'll go ahead and go into the first bedroom out of 3 up here. And I'll go ahead and turn on the lights, which will turn on the ceiling and through that little panel, which can be seen on the other side in the hallway as well. Over here you have your bathroom, which looks pretty standard at first glance. You have view of the backyard, toilet, shower, and sink. But there's a trick. If you place a redstone torch there, it will open up a little hole in the floor, which you can go down through, and you can close it by pressing that button. You can see some of the redstone and going down into this little secret bedroom, which has a view of the backyard as well through that little window. And if I want to open it again, I can just press that button again, go right up, and then go back over here and close it. Good to go. It's just a regular shower again, so that's pretty cool. And then in here you have another bedroom. There's not really much in here. It's a really small bedroom, but I had a little extra space, so I figured I'd put that there. And now we'll go ahead and head into the main bedroom. By turning on the lights, you can see that this is a pretty nice large room and has a nice view of the backyard, which looks great. Now over here's an Insomnia Counter, so I'm going to go ahead and go to sleep, and it said I haven't slept in 2 nights, which is accurate. And so when I sleep, it'll set it today, and then I can press that note block, which will clear the Insomnia Counter, because obviously now I've slept, so I'm not going to have, insomnia anymore. Now I can go over here, and there's an armor equipper. Now if I press F5, go into that view, you can see I have nothing on, and now I have my netherite armor and a netherite sword. And if I want to drop my stuff back in, I just throw it right into that hopper and it'll go right back into the dispenser. Pretty simple. I'll turn off the lights and head out of there. There's also this little trapdoor thing. It goes down to the first floor through that staircase. I don't know, I just had a little extra room and I thought it would be kind of cool to have another secret way to go down to the first floor. So now we'll go back down and we will actually go underneath the other way. So remember how I said there was something pretty cool back here? Well, you'll see what I mean right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just close this up so it looks like a normal staircase, and you'll see I have a 3-floor piston elevator. Now obviously if I press the call button, it's already here, so it won't do anything, but you can hear that piston move. So I'm going to press concourse so you can hear the pistons start up and the elevator starts moving downwards. So now that we're down on the concourse level, you'll see that lights will turn on automatically, and I'll be able to go over into this little message room. Now this is the response end of that intercom system that I showed earlier, and there's your mailbox output. So going back over here, there is just an elevator call button and there is a light switch. Now over here there is some glass where you can see the redstone for the elevator and some of the redstone for the intercom. Over there's a transfer staircase and a staircase going up to the main floor. Now over here there's a cool light switch. Now what this will do is when it's in the down position, the lights will stay on for 4.5 minutes, and if you don't do anything else, they'll turn off, and if it's up, it'll stay on all the time. This is useful for survival. Now there's an automatic furnace over here which has an input, fuel, and output. I don't know why that's in there. And then there's also an in-use light and a low fuel light. And then this is your input for the storage system. So this actually has nothing to do with the furnaces, but I had some extra room there, so I put that. So heading over here, there is a skeleton grinder. So there's bones, arrows, and of course their armor, which will be dropped when you kill them. Now there's a light for the spawner if you don't want them to spawn, and there is also experience and automatic. Now on automatic, they will just drop down there, and they come up through there. But on experience, they will go down here, and they will be at 1 health, so you can just go and kill them right away with that looting stick and get all of their good stuff. And again, on automatic, they just fall right down into that hole, and all their items will be brought right into the chests for you to pick up. And there's another redstone elevator over here. Call button right there. And this is only 7 blocks. Does there need to be a redstone elevator? Absolutely not, but it was fun to build and it looks really cool, so I don't care. And now I'm down to the lower floor. There's a call button over there, and I'm going to go over to the control panel for this room. Now, the first option that you can select is the lights. Now, this will obviously just toggle on and off the lights. So select whatever item you want in the item frames and click the button and it'll do whatever you want. The second option is a door which goes to another room, which we will get to. The third option does an ender station up there, which will give you exactly a stack of ender pearls. Pretty useful, and if you need to refill it, you can go into this room, climb this ladder, which will take you up into this little attic space. You can actually look down into that room by opening that up, or just close back up. and you can put your ender pearls back into there. The fourth option will open up some crafting tables. It's this nice little crafting table array that comes out of the ground, and when you're done using them, just press it again and they will go right back into the ground. The fifth option opens up a water bucket filling station. Now, I find this kind of useful just because it's annoying to fill a bunch of water buckets, so why not have the redstone do it for you? Now, I did double the speed because it does take a second to fill up an entire stack of them, but it does work pretty well. I haven't really had any issues with this. The next option will open up a chest down below, which is an input for the sorting system, and it will also open up this little door back here. Now, all the item frames are gone because I updated to 1.17 and they all disappeared for some reason. But this will actually allow you to add new items into the sorting system if you want. Now, I have a sign in the world download on how to do that, so you can go ahead and add items in for yourself. And the last option won't do anything because it's locked at the moment. And the eighth option is not there in this version, but later on I will add it. Now, this is what I call the grass lift. So this is a little platform elevator that comes down, and you can get on it. It stays down here for about 3 seconds and then goes back up to the surface. Now, this is a little secret entrance to the base. And now that it's on the surface, just looks like regular grass. But if I grab a hoe and I till that ground, it will take me back down. I double the speed again just for time's sake because this video is already getting really freaking long. Over here, there is a redstone dumbwaiter. So this is kind of cool. You basically fill it up with items, or blocks in this case, and you press send, and it will start sending them down to the lower floor, which is the mine. Now, to actually go to the mine yourself, you just jump down this hole, and there's water, so you don't take fall damage. And now that you're at the bottom, you can look around, and it's just a mine at Y11, so you can go mine for diamonds or whatever. And I'm going to put a few more items in here for fun, and we'll go ahead and send it back up to the top. There is also an item elevator, so if you want to throw items in, just throw them in there, and they will be put in some chests. So now that we're back at the top, I can go in this chest, and you can see the items filtered their way right into there. And I forgot to mention that the sorting system is all the outputs from the automatic farms. And over there is that elevator, which just looks really cool. And here's the chest for all the other crap that didn't get filtered into the sorting system. Now, there's a little sugarcane farm and bamboo farm down there. Another area to look into your mob spawner, and a view of that area down there. And back here, there is just a little staircase that goes up into the backyard. So going back into the elevator, we're going to go ahead and take it down to the basement level where the vault is. So now that we are down in this basement, let's crack into this vault. Throw a redstone ID in there just like that, get it back right away. Quickly type 134, wait for the first beat, hit 6, wait for the second beat. Door will open, turn on the lights, go ahead down into this little secret area down here. Now, this first thing is a armor stand sort of mechanism. I don't really know how to describe it. It brings the armor stands out front so you can put whatever armor or items on them you want, and it'll put it back behind. This is an enchantment table. Obviously, it lowers down the books and turns on a light for you, so it looks pretty cool. Really simple mechanism. Looks complicated, but it's not. That's a potion brewing station, but the item frames got deleted, so it looks like crap. And that's just a simple nether wart farm there. And there's the dragon egg back there. If you want to access it, place a redstone torch, go back in there, mess with it, put it back, you're good to go. And there's the output for that little brewing station. Go back up here, turn off the lights, close the door, almost closed on me, and let's go over to this room that has absolutely nothing in it. I want you guys to design something cool for this room, and whoever designs the best thing will get a shout out. Send me a picture at APR2kproductions@gmail.com. And that's it for the basement. No, I'm just kidding. If you go ahead and do the same exact combination, but type in a 7 this time instead of a 6, you'll open up this little door, which will go down to this chest room. Now, those redstone ores are to activate the lights. There's a million mobs down here, so it doesn't really matter. And you just have a nice simple chest room down here. You guys can label the chests with whatever you want. There's also some super smelters down here, just the two simple ones, and there's a bunch of anvils. Now going up this side, I can unlock that, which will then allow me to activate this little piston elevator, which will take me back into the main storage room, and that button over there that didn't work previously will now activate that little lower redstone elevator to go down into the lower storage room if you don't want to have it locked. Now doing what people have told me to do for years and actually going outside will show that there is a sorting system input chest over there and wheat, potato, and carrot farms over here. There is also a sugarcane farm and a cactus farm up here. All of these are automatic and don't require any interaction. Heading back underneath the tower will lead me over to this area where there's a staircase that pops out of the ground, taking me up into this little area, which has a cocoa bean farm that can be harvested just by pressing that button, and some vines which do need to be harvested manually, unfortunately. Now heading back over here leads us over to the soccer field. Yes, this place has a full-on soccer field. If you want to go play on it, you have to stand on that block, press that button, and it will take you down underneath the ground and throw you right into the soccer field. It is dark, but the place is really well lit. There's also a swimming pool over here, of course, and the kind of random looking design of it is fully intentional, and there's a waterfall that can be activated just by pressing that button. So now into the guest house portion. So that goes down to the garage, which we will get to. There's just so many things to get to in this place. There is a little living area and kitchen here. Nothing too fancy, no redstone, just mainly for decoration. And then up here there is a little chest area, a second bedroom, and of course the master bedroom, which has a nice balcony with a view of the pool and the front of the property. Around the side of the tower there's this little staircase which has an area that opens up underneath it using that nice little triple piston extender there, and it allows you to go down this little hallway. Now there is no light switch on that end, but there is over here, so you can turn on the lights for that hallway as well as this one. That is the redstone for the main elevator, which is kind of cool, and then there's a little trophy case on that side where you can just display cool items or whatever. Down here is the horse stable. Just by going in here, there are these little displays where you can show off your best horses, and there's trophy cases on the other side. Now over here is kind of the cool part. So you put your horse in there and the light will turn on, letting you know that there's a horse in there, so if you want to quickly go grab one, you know where they are. You don't have to go looking for them. Going over here, there's a little station where you can rename and craft stuff. And then over here is where you actually get those horses that are on the display. Now there's actually another redstone elevator over here. I know there's a lot of them. This one, the floor indicator will change from ground to concourse. And now that we are actually in the elevator, we can go ahead and press it. It's a nice big 4x4 redstone elevator. Very realistic looking, very epic. And that will lead us up into the garage. And I can open both of the garage doors, which are some nice 6-high sand doors. And over here is the access for this bridge. There's another bridge. I know. When you go across this bridge, this will lead out into the outside world, and it will close back up behind, just like the main bridge does. Now to get back in, place a redstone ID there, and click that note block, open up the ground, and that light will flash when it verifies that it's correct, and it will let you right back in. You can also change whether the bridge auto retracts over there, and you can open and close it, and the statuses will update as it opens and closes. And there's another button for the bridge over there if you want to open it from that end. And finally, let's take a look at the tower, the best part in my opinion. And let's go enter this tower. So there's a staircase there and this little tube, which will make more sense in just a moment. But obviously we're taking the elevator up. I mean, what else were we going to do? Now that lever recalls the elevator to the first floor when it's not in use. And the reason for that is if you want to take off using elytras from this tower, then that way you can recall it back to the first floor so you don't have to keep waiting for it to come down. And that is the creeper farm. That is mainly what this tower is. It is a giant creeper farm, and it is a really efficient one at that. The little tube is where the creepers fall through, and we are just going up a really long ways. Again, produces a lot of gunpowder. And here we are at the top of the tower, and there you can see call button and floor indicator there. And we get an amazing view of this property and of this whole entire world. I did have to turn the render distance down a little bit because this world does cause some lag. As unfortunate as that is, there's just too much redstone. So, yeah, you know how it goes. Heading up this staircase right here, we can go into this little water column, which will take me all the way up to Y190, where you can take off with an elytra, and you can make distance with that amount of height. You can get really far out, so it is great for exploring and really just about anything else. And that is going to be it for this tour, guys. It has been such a long one. Holy crap. Alright, everybody, so that is going to be it for this video. Again, it was insanely long. Those of you who are still here, you guys are just the best. Thanks for sticking with me throughout this entire video. I hope you guys really enjoyed the map. Of course, there will be that world download in the description for you guys. Also, again, check out my Discord server and my Instagram. I will leave links for those in the description as well. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Again, thank you for sticking with me. By far the longest video I've ever done on this channel. Let me know if you want to see more awesome maps like this. And as always, guys, I hope you have an amazing day. Peace out, everyone, from APR.